What's going on? This your boy Desert Fox coming at you again with another Wargame Red Dragoon ash&shadows modded playthrough. We are definitely loving the series of the Blitz, where war is inevitable. Guys, we're going to be launching a skirmish here. I did make some modification to Fox's War, so you guys might see a couple of changes, but nothing too crazy. We basically just want to showcase some different units and kind of dive right in on a speed blitzy play. So let's go through some of those units because you're not going to do a whole deck playthrough or walkthrough per se, but I do want to go over why you would put one unit over another unit to make like good synergy. I did in the vehicle department, I did take out these guys. Now, although as a vehicle, it's a really good vehicle, right? It's got some frontal armor, 30 millimeter, and some missiles. But when you compare it to what we already have in our deck with these guys, it just kind of doesn't compare. It's got similar armor of 40 millimeter, and fire and forget top attack missiles. So in every category, it's better. Also better speed, except for armor. So this is why I say, hey, we could use some more points elsewhere. And what do we do with those points? Well, we added some of these busher boys, these guys. So let's select them there. Basically, the Aussie's finest here, as in the recon, they are a little slow. But what I did notice is when I was having a lot of trouble actually engaging of the packed infantry, in particular the Spetsnaz. And I was like, what has a range and can really get the job done effectively against the Spetsnaz? Well, what's better than a recon unit with a 40 millimeter frag round, a whole bunch of them, HE power of 1, but it gets those puppies off quick. Also, in case they want to do damage to enemy vehicles, they have a Carl Gustav at 22. So tanks and like heavy infantry, these guys pretty much get it done pretty effectively, I would say. And then I also added the Marine Force Recon, which also have a really good standoff range. I've been sleeping on these guys only because I was like, yeah, Barrett's going to give away your position shooting at tanks. But if you use them correctly, you can shoot at light vehicles. These guys would be really good for getting in buildings and fighting in the buildings, because you can shoot at infantry, and you can also shoot at the top upper of tanks, and they do kind of get these puppies off pretty quick. Now, they're going to run out of ammo quickly, but if you guys know my playthrough, I'm probably accompanying them with some Delta 4s, so hopefully they can have some standoff while everyone moves in. You got some SAS that are accompanying them at 30, and then maybe some follow-on infantry with these guys. These guys are kind of the what I've been using to take out enemy infantry in the buildings, because they have HE and AP power, and so they're really a good rush unit. They're heavy, so as assault troops, I think they're some of the best in the game, because they are heavy. They do have the ability to fire infantry and vehicles at relatively quick. Very small but highly effective fighting force. They got a great HK 416 and some pretty good CQB LMGs. So those are some of the modifications we made. The tanks. So we did add back the Abrams, which is 24. Yes, for the price point, but I do like the ability to be able to stand off at 2450 against maybe the PTZ 89s. I was like, if I have to really have to fight those things one day, I'm gonna need it to take a maybe 2 hits while we close the range. And so having that was almost a necessity. So yeah, there it is, guys. You have the changes there. Everything else I think is the same. Oh, sorry, not everything is the same. We did we kept these Kazoo, right? But we also added some cheap block Turkish units to drop like these cluster bombs, a lot of them, to basically nerf tank rushes or bomb tanks in the building. We do have a lot of seed to accompany them. These guys are seed, and really good seed unit. And this guy, he kind of doubles as anti-air and seed, and he doubles as anti-air and ground attack. but he is a dedicated ground, right? So cheap. I bought him cheap so you can get like 3 of them, and basically with throwaways just to stop rushes. And this guy's really good for sanding it off too. Kind of slow though, but he gets the job done. So there you have it, boys. There's the Fox's War. So as we dive into it, you might see some newer units. I just wanted to do that so you guys could see the mindset there of taking one out because you have something else. You want to double and use something you already have, and then AE what you would put in there from what you've been playing through and seeing. So in good order, we are going to start out with the Delta Force being able to kind of suppress the enemy in the middle. So what's the game plan? I always like to start the match with a game plan so you guys can kind of see how it develops. I do want to take this roundabout because I feel like our tank forces probably will have a better dealing out in the open. If the enemy uses this main road, we have a flanking ability to kind of head him off there. So with speed, kind of get there, and to slow his units down. Park long range infantry here all throughout because we have access to the forest. So being able to do that with the Delta Force and some of the recon units is going to be super gnarly. So we're going to take some Recce boys on that side. We're going to take some long range units here. We'll put you here. We'll put some Delta Force. So pretty much all the Delta Force is going to be there. And we're also going to have some these guys kind of in the forest there. And to support them, we will have to stretch our SAS kind of thin. But it is what it is, boys and girls. For the aspect of speed, we'll lead with the 3 tusks. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. And then these heavy beefy boys right here. And then we'll suppress the enemy air defenses with the Leopard Marksman as well as a couple Patriots. I'm gonna take 2. I don't plan on using a whole bunch of Air Force in this game, but I do want to take a couple. And then we'll keep these Bushers in reserve in case the enemy wants to rush Bravo. To push there, we're going to use the Bushers, and we're going to use these guys later, and maybe call in some Javelin troops to break out in the open if we get kind of stopped out. We get stopped here from our push with our tank forces. So it's kind of a swinging movement. Also on the wing there, we want to, on that flank, we want to take these guys, the infantry, and a couple of tanks to support them. We'll take some heavy duty tanks, there we go, and we'll take a support unit there to just support them there. So what is their role? Their role is going to be kind of trudging down here and not really using the road, just ambushing whatever comes down the road. They might send a lot down the road, so it could be very interesting. But there you have it, boys. We'll take some maybe blitzkrieg aspect of that, but there's the breakdown. We send these guys there. We're going to send these guys in here, these guys in here, these guys over here. We're kind of just sparsing out the guys there. And we got to get the tanks, moving because if they're not there in time, the enemy's going to be allowed to just break through our light infantry and kind of whittle down our infantry and break straight through to our base. And we don't want that. We want to blitz the enemy. So we are giving up some strength in some area to make strength in another area. Might want to get our recon moving. That would be smart. We might not want to hit the mic either with our face. That would be smart. So we'll drop those boys. These guys will drop and fall back. Drop and fall back. Same thing. Drop and fall back. And drop and fall back. The cool thing about having them in the dark horse is that even if you do see some enemy air, they might not be able to see them. I think they have like very good stealth here. We got some Delta 4s. We'll park them kind of out here to kind of catch the enemy slipping. We want to catch the enemy slipping there. And we need force recon to kind of act like a blunt force in case the enemy does start to break through a little bit. To apply some damage there. So these Delta Force are going to get in the buildings, and the SAS are going to get in the buildings. So we got infantry sprawled out everywhere. See how our infantry holds up against this, what looks to be a light armor formation here. Our Delta Force already shooting at the side armor of this tank in an ambush. We might deal with them pretty handily. Very nice. Very nice. So as our infantry advances, very nice, very nice. What we will do is we'll get our tanks moving that direction. You know what I think we forgot? Oh no, we didn't forget. Okay, cool. So they're heading there now. So the recon is shooting at this tank, but the Delta Force is drawing his fire, and these guys are kind of shooting at the side armor there, which is good. Very nice. So the recon, you did your job. Good job, buddy. Fall back there. We're hoping that this tank force, really cheap T-55, kind of commits this way. We lost Delta Force and a Marine recon. We're gonna have our recon go forward a little bit. Green Jackets getting some pot shots in there. But here comes the support of our tank force. We're gonna augment the Leopards. Heavy punching power with the long range of the Abrams. So these guys are actually going to go out and play to the wings and then ambush anything that comes this way. Now, even though this is a blitz game, searching and destroying the enemy is just as effective as blitzing down to their main base, because if you destroy him, there is no more resistance. So as we destroy some of the enemy's resistance, we are going to start pushing forward here. Yeah, there he is. I think he's got a tank there. We're going to have our guys. We got ambushed there. I think his recon just kind of picked us up there. But not to worry. We're going to have these guys fall back and get in some kind of formation there. Getting ready to ambush the enemy. These T-80s are going to have a hard go at it. There we go. So yeah, we did our armored forces got ambushed on that road, but getting I guess in that location is pretty effective for us because it denies the enemy the ability to flank our forces. We'll have our infantry take on a very roundabout route. And we'll have the SAS continue to press down the middle here. So as our tanks kind of flank their forces there, they're not going to just be able to advance down this road too much, and we'll augment some of their capabilities with some long-range choppers. Now we do need to kind of clear Bravo out, but we'll advance with these guys forward because it doesn't look like we get a lot of resistance there from our recons and stuff like that. Our Comanche that's kind of been hovering there, so we kind of need to take this swath of Bravo and kind of move our forces forward. There's not a lot of tanks in our way. We've killed 2,408 points of the enemy. We've pressed pretty far, so we want to continue that action. The Marine Force recon, he's leading the charge, so it should be pretty effective against any light armored vehicles and some infantry and even some tanks there. We'll continue to advance on the using the force, coming straight at the enemy. So as we advance on the main push here and out here, we are effectively taking over for more than half of the map there. We're going to call in a command vehicle, and we're going to suppress the enemy's main base with some MLRS. It is a lucky shot if we get it, but I don't think we'll hit anything there. So our infantry advancing on this right wing is actually pretty effective. We're also going to call in some other infantry to help them out, and we'll advance our Abrams since our infantry has made it to that point already. So it's just a slow and steady advance here. But let's see if this Marine Recon can take out that command vehicle. He missed. So I guess an AA unit got one of our choppers, but that's okay. That attack was pretty much snuffed out, and we continue to advance on the enemy's right and left, right, middle, and left. Actually, chopper, and we'll advance our Patriot. The 40mm auto cannon is going to be pretty effective here, so we've got the ambushing position on the enemy. So that's why he's dropping pretty much like flies, even the Spetsnaz. And of course we're advancing, everything is still kind of supported, so he has no armored vehicles, but against our armored vehicles, even if they turn our flanks, could be a problem for the enemy. Our heavier troops are going to surround the enemy. We got reinforcements coming, we're going to land in. Hopefully he doesn't have any AA back there, but if he does, we're going to get smoked. Going to have these guys advance in the forest. Fire in advance. Yeah, let me turn on his missiles. Maybe we can pop that recon. Yeah, so we'll get him up and drop him there. So yeah, they did get shot down. The enemy did have a unit there. That's unfortunate that an entire group of infantry was destroyed. But we are still making a really good progress. It's a lot of points though, to be able to take out an entire group of shock troops. But we are exacting our revenge with the limited troops that we do have. We have our tanks flank the enemy there, and a unit effectively cutting him off. Look at that. Nice work, boys. We're going to send out choppers just to kind of protect our flanks. But, oh, I think that's a game. So, 9 minutes, good blitz, 92%, 7% casualties. We took 380 deaths, but some honorable mentions. The one Hilo recon that we got popped the recon. That I don't think you understand how effective that really is because if you can see and the enemy can't see, it's a big deal. Yeah, I'm playing against a computer, it can see everything. But against a player, that you being able to shape the battlefield and ambush its units is huge, right? Delta Force popping the command vehicle and other vehicles, very nice. So hats off to them. Patriot, see, and this is why bringing support, even if you can't micro it, is important because it popped. Both Patriots popped the J7. I had no idea they even launched any aircraft through all the hectic micro. Delta Force, more good kills and more J7s getting popped. M24Vs. So we're popping helicopters. I don't even see them. That's very good because they're supported in the right formation. Delta Force popping more tanks. Tanks getting popped. The Tusk really putting in work against lighter tanks. Very good. These guys actually going toe to toe with T-80s, so very nice. I don't think they would have got clean shots off had we not had infantry there, and the tanks focus fire on the lighter infantry. So, in the timing of things, gave the Abrams the ability to knock out the T-80s. And that was 3 of them. So 2 Abrams knocked out 3 T-80s, very nice. And a slew of other light vehicles. Again, this infantry fighting vehicle is 40mm close in against a tank. You're going to win that trade. It's more to you because first shoot will go to you. And if the enemy's panicked or misses, you get follow-on shots. Boom, 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 boom. Laying into his T-80. That's a great trade. Great trade there. Leopard 2 130s absolutely decimating these T-80s. Remember, they have an AP power 27. So these guys will make mincemeat of anything that isn't an ultra heavy tank. Advice to take these out, just call in airplanes. Get some kind of air dominance or a throwaway cheapo and call in a throwaway and then call in the one that's going to take these guys out. Because if you don't, they're just gonna wreak mayhem on some very heavy units. You're not gonna be able to break them. Delta Force did very good. Abrams Tusk at range, good stuff. More Leopard 2s. IFBs, very nice. So, and what did we lose? Well, we did take a lot of damage from these T-80s on the right wing. So hats off to those guys. And then we lost to the micro our heavy units. I did kind of call, like, if they have an A unit there, he did. He shot him down. It is what it is. This was probably like 100 points altogether. So had we not, the score would be like 280. These deaths were kind of warranted, but you know, trust your gut. These Turkish guys died because I didn't trust my gut. So trying to get in too close. But yeah, that's the Blitz game, guys. If you guys want to play, or if you like what you guys have been seeing, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, send me a message saying, hey, I downloaded the game, I want to run the Ash and Shadows with you. I know all your tactics because you pretty much show us all your tactics, so I'm going to kick your fanny. Hit me up and let's run a game, boys. Alright, this is your boy Desert Fox signing off, saying thank you again, have a good day, and goodbye.